Hi friends, I'm Kendra Winchester. Welcome back to my channel. And today, I'm going to be doing a TBR update. So we're going to look at my April TBR, what's going on with that, and kind of mention some of the challenge stuff updates. I'm going to be doing a Q1 challenge update, and we're going to talk through some of the problems I'm having with the challenges. Things I did not foresee, but the whole idea is to work with the challenge, try to make it work for me and be fun. And so some things are out of my hands. So today we are going to be talking about my TBR updates, and so I'm going to show you all of the challenge things first, and then you'll know that we're going to talk about those later. Okay, so first up, my backlist reading challenge. I still have these 3 books that I did not read in the month of February, and I will explain why, but it's primarily because I was assigned a stack of books, I don't know, 6 or 7 that I needed to finish by the end of the month. So I didn't have an opportunity to read that. And so I'm going to be rolling those over, and that's kind of what we're going to talk through, or what some options I have when I'm assigned books that's kind of out of my control. So we're going to work on it. But I did pull my next 2 books for April, and so I'm going to play that here. Hello friends, it is time for the April TBR, so that means it's time to unwrap 2 more books for my backlist reading challenge. I have taken 24 books that have been published before the year 2020, and I have wrapped them up, and each month I open 2 of them, and I'm supposed to read them by the end of the month. That is the general idea, so let's unwrap them. So I have them over here, and they hide out in this little corner, so let's pick 2 of them. I don't want to be too adventurous this month. I have a lot I need to catch up on, so let's do this one and this one. So Dylan's going to be back there doing who knows what, and I am going to open up our 2 selections. One of these is fiction and one of these is nonfiction. I don't remember what I chose. Okay, Delicate Edible Birds by Lauren Groff. I absolutely adore Lauren Groff. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this one. And let's see what the nonfiction pick is. Oh, Memorial Drive. I believe this is by Natasha Trethewey. Yes, Natasha Trethewey. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So Delicate Edible Birds is a short story collection. I believe this is her first short story collection, and this was before she really made her name with Fates and Furies. Always talented, of course. And this is Memorial Drive by Natasha Trethewey, who's actually a poet, but she wrote a memoir about an experience where she grew up, where her mother was killed when her stepfather shot her mother. So this is like her processing through that, and I always love when poets write prose. It's just beautiful. So I'm so excited for these. Okay, so I pulled Memorial Drive and Delicate Edible Birds. So now I have that with High on the Hog, Suicide Club, and To Keep the Sun Alive. And so we're going to be talking through that and that challenge and how it's going. And for my short story a day challenge, I'm currently reading a book by Wendell Berry, which I'll put up on the screen. That's what I'm currently reading for the story a day challenge. And I'm going to be reading Delicate Edible Birds, which will be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. 2 challenges with 1 bird. Anyway, that's what I'll be reading for that. And then I will be rolling over the Danielle Evans, The Office of Historical Corrections, and that will also be for my short story a day challenge. So those are all rollovers, challenge updates, and we're going to be talking about like problem solving with those challenges in a quarterly update. And I also rolled over some other books from March's TBR, because they also did not get read because I had a lot of books. So we have Dead Weight by Emmeline Klein. We have Creep by Miriam Gerba, All the World Beside by Garrett Conley, and Memory Peace by Lisa Coe. I've already read 2 of these as of today, so making progress. So I have the 2 nonfiction, and those are all rollovers. So I have I have 7 rollovers and 2 new books for the challenge. 2 at least are done, so we're making progress, but I thought that, you know, those are going to be my main focuses for this month, and I'm going to try to knock all of those out, or at least as many as I can. I also have other options, we'll call them possibilities, and so I thought I would share those with you. Books that I recently hauled on TikTok if you want to go watch that. So another option for my short story a day challenge is another Samantha Schweblin. This is 7 Empty Houses. I'm not sure if this is a novel and short stories or just a straightforward short story collection, but we're going to count it as short stories for the challenge because that's essentially what they are. And I love Samantha Schweblin. Oh, and before I forget, this was translated by Megan McDowell. And in translation as well is You Dreamed of Empires by Alvaro Enrique, translated by Natasha Wimmer. And this book, I believe, is about first contact with the conquistadors trying to establish New Spain a little earlier than that. Yeah, earlier than that. It's 1519. So, you know, it's supposed to be a good time. I saw Tomes and Textiles over on Instagram and on TikTok recommend this book a lot because of a really racist review that was published in the New York Times. And so she talked about it and they did an event around the book. And I was like, yes, please. Where do I sign up? I mean, if Terms and Textiles is going to do a buddy read of something that I've never heard of before, it probably means I'm going to be interested. I also have Hanif Abdurraqib's There's Always This Year on Basketball and Ascension. I grew up in Ohio around the same time, and even though I grew up in Southern Ohio, this is about basketball and LeBron James. And so my brother adored LeBron James. He had like at least 2 or 3 posters of that man on his walls, and other sports figures that I have no idea who they are, but I do remember LeBron James because I was like, man, that guy is so young and like doing so well. I was like, he's only a few years older than me. I was like, that's so strange. So this is a moment that I really remember, and so I'm hoping like that's what he's covering, but really anything Hanif Abdurraqib writes, it's going to be good. And the next 2 I want to read together, and that is Wandering Stars by Tommy Orange and Martyr by Kaveh Akbar. And these 2 books are both published by Knopf, but they are friends. They read each other's first pages. Their books came out together. I think they might even have the same editor. I cannot remember. But I want to read these together because they both mentioned each other in interviews I listened to where they're talking about these books. So I think that's really exciting. I love Tommy Orange, and I've heard nothing but great things about Martyr. Do I know what they are about? Not necessarily, but I'm not sure I need to. So the last one is a reading project I've had planned since last fall, but unfortunately, with being so behind on so many things, I have not had a chance to start this, but I would like to read Sarah Waters this year. And by read, I mean I want to read the majority of her books this year. And so I wanted to start in April and spend 6 months with Sarah Waters. Because I bought all of her books a few years ago, and I have them in these beautiful editions, and so I wanted to read in publishing order. So the first one is Tipping the Velvet. It says 20th anniversary. I think we're now past 25 years since this book has been published, but I really wanted to read Sarah Waters finally. So many of the UK booktubers that I follow swear by Sarah Waters, and I've never read her, and I was like, we're just gonna overcommit. We're just gonna overcommit on this. So theoretically, I will love her and I will have all of her books. I hope that's the case. I hope it all works out. Because these are quite the books, I must say, but they're in beautiful editions, and so I'm just ready to go. These are from the UK, in case you're wondering. They're the Virago editions. You can find them on Blackwell's, I think. So yeah. Anyway, those are all the book options that I have for April. As I've said, I've already finished 2 of those. I think there's another one that I finished already wandering around here that I mentioned on TikTok. So if you want the full, most updated information, again, I'm over on Book Talk a lot now for whatever reason. So you can head over there, and everything will be linked in the show notes. And my editing self will hate me for that, but you know, I believe in thorough show notes. All right, I will talk to you later, friends. See you next one.